So we've spoken to young people. Young people have been talking about transport as one of the big issues on climate, and we have from young people several things that they want to see addressed in transport, and you've already started to make big shifts in terms of decarbonising the bus fleet in Northern Ireland. But in terms of having young people's voice being heard at the very top levels of Northern Ireland government, what are your thoughts on forming some sort of group or panel that would help feed that voice up into government?
Well, I think it's really important that young people's views are heard, but more importantly that the ministers involve them in their decision making. That's why I'm proposing to set up a youth infrastructure assembly, and that's about bringing young people together so that I can hear their views, but also that they can help me in my decision making. I'm very conscious as a Minister for Infrastructure that I take decisions that spend huge sums of public money that really set the infrastructure opportunities for generations to come. So for me, it's only right that young people are involved in that. I also think that young people should absolutely have a voice when it comes to transport, and I'm delighted that there's the TransLink Youth Forum, and they do wonderful work, and I met with them recently about their online resources as well. But I think even wider than young people, we should be involved in our community in planning, for example, and so I've initiated a piece of work around community engagement, and I'm hoping to receive a report on that will look at how we better engage members of the community, including our younger people, in the planning process as well.
Thank you for that. And in terms then of just rebalancing the sort of pros and cons of using different transport, I know coming into Belfast, I can choose to take the train from a certain point, but it's more expensive than coming in the car, and that would be off-putting certainly for maybe young people that started their careers with not a lot of disposable income.
Yeah.
So their ask, I suppose, is around making it accessible, which might be more routes, and then also making it affordable. Have you thoughts on how that might be addressed?
Yes, I mean, I think that the concessionary fare scheme, so that's where people can travel for free or travel in half fare, is hugely important. I think it's right for the environment, but for me it's also a social justice issue as well. Children under the age of 5 travel free, and up to the age of 16 it's half fare. But I'm very aware of what they're doing in Scotland, where they have introduced free public transport for everyone under the The challenge is trying to get the resources to do just that. We're trying to invest to grow our public transport network. I'm investing huge sums in decarbonising it and moving to zero emissions. If I did have the resource, I would be up for introducing free travel for our young people, because it's the right and responsible thing to do.
Could we do that by putting more emphasis on car owners paying for that and subsidising it?
Well, I think that there's a range of things. At the minute, the funding for the concessionary fare comes across from the Northern Ireland Executive, so I have to make the case there. But I think we should be looking to incentivise people out of their cars. And I think if you look around the world, many places employ a carrot and a stick approach. And I think that's something that we do need to look at here in Northern Ireland.